Fortnite Chapter 5 Season 4 Absolute Doom is nearly at an end, and the final event of the season is rapidly approaching. Stacked with an overwhelming amount of lore, we witnessed the return of a former foe in Fortnite's storyline as this season's main antagonist, Dr. Doom, who revealed himself to be the enigmatic Wanderer. His arrival had warped and intertwined with the fate of this chapter's main protagonist, Hope. Last season, we teamed up with Hope and Jones to defeat the nitro-fueled wasteland tyrant who was unleashed from Pandora's gem, Megalodon. But in the background, a far more sinister character had arrived as foretold by the Oracle, the Wanderer. However, during Hope's investigations of Megalodon's camp, she discovered that the Wastelanders had been finding gems related to Pandora's box. Concerned about the gems falling into the wrong hands, she was on the hunt to collect all four, placing them one by one in an artifact she had that was related to Pandora's box, named the Gem Holder. Meanwhile, the Wanderer would ominously observe the island's inhabitants, keeping tabs on everything and everyone, waiting for the right moment to strike. The Wanderer allied himself with Megalodon, deceiving the wasteland tyrant that he would ensure the success of his pipeline, enabling Meg to raise the entire island with a ship named the Leviathan. Eventually, Hope found and collected all four of Pandora's gems. Once she placed the final gem in the gem holder, a familiar character from Season 2 had returned, the Oracle.
That's the last one.
Okay. Give me the gem. Ah! Who are you?
Call me the Oracle, my child. And oh boy, do we have some talking to do.
Simultaneously, the nitro pipeline had been finished, and Hope and Jones were too late to stop Megalodon's plan. The machinist activated the pipeline, pumping tons of nitro straight towards the Leviathan. But right before the Leviathan was nearly refueled, the mysterious Wanderer, who'd revealed himself to be Dr. Doom, hijacked Megalodon's pipeline, forcing it to overload and explode, exposing the source of nitro from underneath the Redline rig, which turned out to be Pandora's box. Once Doom had revealed himself, Magneto built rift beacons to bring heroes from Reality 616 to help Hope in the fight against Dr. Doom. After that, the Oracle spoke to Hope and revealed that she was the Hope that was meant to be at the bottom of Pandora's box. Oracle also explained that since Doom had interfered with Hope's destiny and sealed her fate along with his, she had no choice but to fight Dr. Doom and must win in the war against him. Fast forwarding us to the start of this season. After Pandora's box had been exposed from underneath Redline rig, Dr. Doom lifted the cover of Pandora's box, drawing upon its evil powers and taking it all for himself. Months of careful and deliberate planning all led to this. Doom knew all the weak points of the island, allowing him to swiftly take over. Using his powers, he conjured up his kingdom and nation of Latveria on the island. Along with those, he also brought the raft. Doom freed his allies from their imprisonment on the raft to help him in the war against Hope. On the other side, the Marvel heroes of Reality 616 had arrived through Magneto's rift beacons to help Hope in the war against Doom, marking the beginning of the battle between prophecy and judgment. So how did we get from there to where we are now? With the end of the season and the chapter drawing near, there's an abundant amount of lore to recap and explain to get you all prepared for the incoming live event and next season. So sit back, relax, and let's dive deep into the story of Fortnite Chapter 5 Season 4 Absolute Doom. For those who don't know, Chapter 5 Season 4's storyline is actually a continuation of Dr. Doom's story from the Fortnite x Marvel Zero War comic series. The last time we'd seen him was within the broken bridge that once was in the control of the Imagined Order during the collision event. Thanks to the mech, the Seven got the upper hand in the war, and Doom was in possession of one of the Ice King's omniversal threatening weapons that the Aya required in order to ensure their victory. Dr. Sloan ordered Gunner to locate Doom, and he did. However, after demanding Dr. Doom to help the Imagined Order instead of running away, Doom simply shot and killed Gunner. Doom explained that he was capable of realizing the vision of the imagined order, but it would be in his own reality, far from reality zero. As Gunner's lifeless body laid on the ground, Doom calibrated the 0 point using his powers and opened up a portal back to his universe. And that was the last time we'd seen Dr. Doom in a Fortnite storyline up until recently. If you want an even more in-depth explanation about Dr. Doom's story in Fortnite and also his backstory, feel free to check out my video that covers all of that. Despite that, as I explained at the beginning of this video, Dr. Doom returned to the Fortnite island under the alias of the Wanderer. When he revealed his true identity, he brought his kingdom, the Raft, and the nation of Latveria to the island. But apart from all of those, he also brought a horrific trophy collection of the heroes and villains he brutally killed in his universe. The first and most obvious one is the Devourer of Worlds himself, Galactus, who seems to have just recently been defeated by Dr. Doom, considering the smoke still coming out of his helmet. The rest of Doom's collection was displayed in his castle. Here's a list of the following characters in Reality 616 that Dr. Doom turned into his own trophies. The Thing, whose corpse was turned into Doom's throne, Human Torch, whose heart was turned into a source of a fireplace, Sue Storm, whose invisible corpse is encased in a glass container, and Doom's greatest rival, Reed Richards. Reed was the only one Doom kept alive, but it wasn't because of an act of mercy, but rather because of Victor's fiery hatred for Reed. Dr. Doom believed that death would be a mercy for Richards, so instead of killing him, Doom killed his wife, his two friends, and then squeezed Reed into the shape of a ball to play basketball with him when he's bored. Nonetheless, he also had a display of Ultron's head, Doctor Strange's Eye of Agamotto, the helmet of the infamous Mad Titan Thanos, Namor's Seahorn, which is actually a reference to the Doctor Doom toot meme, Moon Knight's Crescent darts, Silver Surfer's board, and Magneto's helmet. Nevertheless, with that now all out of the way, let's move on to this season's story questline. The Absolute Doom story questline begins with part 1, Are We Doomed? In the quest, we're tasked by Jones to visit the crater from the nitro pipeline explosion near Redline Rig. When we approach the crater, the once vibrantly golden Pandora's box that radiated its signature orange color had become tarnished. After Doom stripped the power of the box, its orange color had faded into a dark purple, and its golden plating was removed, leaving Pandora's box a dull and hollow shell of what it used to be. Despite that, when we approach the box, Jones, Hope, and the Oracle contact us.
Well, hey, pal. I've been looking for you. Whoa! What is that?
Looks like it belonged to him, Doom.
A prototype?
An omen. And also probably a prototype.
You should take a closer look at it, Hope.
Why me?
Oh, it's part of the whole subject of a dark prophecy job description. Been there.
Jones was happy to see us again, but suddenly he noticed something near the dormant box. Hope realized that it was the mask of Dr. Doom. By investigating it, they deduced that it was a prototype of Doom's armor which shattered after he absorbed the power of Pandora's box, meaning his armor wasn't strong enough to completely harness the powers, which is why Doom began to create a new set of armor capable of controlling them at his forge. Jones tells Hope that she should take a closer look at Doom's prototype helmet since she's prophesied to defeat him. We delivered the mask to Hope so she could analyze it further. When she spoke with us, Hope seemed bewildered by the entire Wanderer, Doom, and her being a part of a prophecy situation since it happened all at once. One day, the Wanderer was just a mirage, and the next day he conquered the entire island. Hope knew that she's fated to defeat Doom, but she just had no idea how. While Hope pondered upon that and investigated Doom's helmet, Jones told us that Doom purposely left behind his helmet for us to find, likely to serve as an omen, as the Oracle said. Jones went in search of finding more pieces of Doom's armor or even traces of where he might be. Unfortunately, there was nothing. After Jones's fruitless search, Hope had us check on her secret recording devices that she left in places where she believed Dr. Doom visited frequently. Fortunately, Doom visited those locations and Hope's devices picked up what he'd said. The first audio log was at the memorial statue of Doom's mother, Cynthia Von Doom.
Mother, I am building my new kingdom. This place reeks of failure, of fault, of imperfection. But it will not be this way for long. I will set this place to order. I will make it perfect. My gentle guiding hand.
The recording started with Doom speaking to his mother. He informed her that he's building a new kingdom in Reality Zero and that the island reeked of failure, fault, and imperfection. But it wouldn't be that way for long, as he planned to establish his own imagined order on the island, whether it be by gentle guiding hand or by brutal fist of submission. The second audio log of Dr. Doom was behind the monument of the Fantastic Four's broken logo.
I thought it would cheer me to gaze upon this crumbling monument. Instead, I feel nothing but vacant hunger. It must be the box. It is exhilarating, but it is also wild, chaotic, uncontrolled. Using the box again, without my armor appropriately upgraded, would be unwise. But I won't have long to wait. My work nears completion. When all is reborn in my perfect image, I will never fail again.
As he continued to speak to his late mother, Doom said that even after defeating his greatest rivals, he still felt nothing but vacant hunger for the power of Pandora's box. Dr. Doom explained that the box's powers made him feel joyful, but he also mentioned that it was untamed and needed to be properly harnessed. Otherwise, the powers would overwhelm and destroy him. Despite that, Doom claimed that his armor was nearly complete, and once he fully controlled the powers of Pandora's box, the world would be reborn anew in his perfect image. After listening in on Doom's logs, Hope discovered that Dr. Doom controlled his army with control chips, so she tasked us to retrieve one for her to analyze. Once that was done, Hope contacted us.
Doom's off somewhere building himself some new armor. He's using Doombot technology to control his army remotely. Well, on the bright side, I can stop worrying about how we're gonna defeat Doom for now, and focus on how to get to him first. I have a lot to think about. Let's catch up later.
We learned from Hope that Doom's presence on the island was unknown and that he was forging himself a new set of armor. While he was away, Doom used his technology to remotely control his army and the Doombot at his castle. Hope was concerned about facing Doom, but after learning that she didn't need to confront him right away, she became a little more relieved. Hope ends the conversation by telling us that she has a lot to think about and will talk to us later, ending part 1 of the quests. Part 2, Heroes Assemble, started with Jones tasking us to search Dr. Doom's chest for delivery instructions.
So, find anything interesting in there? Maybe something shipping manifest shaped? If Doom's building new armor, he has to be sending those armor materials to himself. If those shipments have a paper trail, we can use that information to find Doom. And if I find Doom, that's one less thing for Hope to worry about. I've been there. Leading Reality's fearless defenders really weighs on a person. She's got a whole army of people on her side. Some of them are even Avengers. She's ready for this. She just needs to go for it. And maybe get some more future-seeing FaceTime with that prophetic water ghost friend of hers. You know, back in my day, we did this kind of thing with nothing but a banana and what I think was maybe an angry snow globe? How things change.
After a frivolous attempt, Jones explained that he was continuing the hunt for Dr. Doom, and to find him, Jones planned on using a shipping manifest to locate where the materials for Doom's new armor were being transported. He saw how worried Hope was about Doom, and if he could find and defeat him, it would be one less thing for her to worry about. Therefore, since Doom's chests had none of the information Jones sought after, he had us take down one of Doom's henchmen to see if they had anything on them, and it turned out they did. After eliminating one of the guards, we took their shipping manifest and sent it over to Jones for him to analyze it. Then we visited War Machine. He confirmed to us that after Jones and the team analyzed the shipping manifest, they discovered that Dr. Doom was incorporating pieces of Pandora's box into his new armor, explaining why it had been stripped of its golden color and why Dr. Doom was hunting down the arcane artifacts in a Day of Doom LTM, which were confirmed to have been fragments of Pandora's box. To have us prepare for the danger on the horizon, War Machine had us train with his weapons. While we practiced our skills with the weapons, the Oracle contacted Jones and Hope, and we listened in on their conversation.
How goes the search for the Metal Tyrant?
Exactly as you foretold.
Oof, that badly. I was embellishing for theatrical effect. You're back! Have you seen something new? Maybe a way of defeating Doom? I have seen something new. A feline ally. A cunning plan. A victory hidden in defeat. You don't know more? Please, I have to get this right. Oh, we've had this conversation so many times. My child, you have everything you need. Okay. If either of you need me, I'll be in my war room looking over our intel.
Wow. Kind of a vibe killer.
You really want to kill the vibe? I'll start scrying your future.
Hey, you are basically a glass of water. I can and will drink you.
The Oracle learned from Jones that the search for Doom was difficult as she foretold it would be. Realizing she returned, Hope immediately asked the Oracle if she's seen something new. Oracle responded saying that she's seen a feline ally, a cunning plan, and a victory hidden in defeat. But that wasn't what Hope wanted to hear, and she was still very anxious about getting everything right. However, the Oracle reminded and reassured Hope that they've already gone over this multiple times. Hope already had everything she needed. Hope accepted that she wouldn't learn anything else, so she just told Jones and the Oracle that if they needed her, she would be in her war room. Nonetheless, after we completed our training with War Machine's weapons, we went to visit Jones. Jones revealed that the feline ally the Oracle foretold of was actually Shuri, and she had a plan to defeat Dr. Doom's Doombot. In turn, that would greatly help Jones and Hope get closer to finding the real Dr. Doom, ending part 2 of the quests. Part 3, Shuri's invention, began with us completing a supply run, and then we were contacted by Hope and Jones.
Okay, our friend is just finishing up a supply run, but I've patched them in. Run us through the plan?
Shuri thinks she can reverse the energetic flow of the rift beacons with rift recalibrators. That would give us the power to send Doom through a controlled rift and away from the island.
Got it. So we need to get the parts to her, and then engage his Doombot to test the tech.
Sounds good to me. Let's do this.
Jones told us that by reverse engineering the energetic flow of the rift beacons with rift recalibrators, Shuri planned to send Dr. Doom back to Reality 616 just like the Avengers did with Galactus and the Devourer of Worlds event. In order to see if Shuri's plan would work, they needed to test it first on Doom's Doombot. We were tasked with gathering parts around the island that would serve as energy for the beacons. The moment we gave Shuri the parts, Hope contacted us.
You know, Shuri's a super genius in a super suit who traveled all the way across reality to fight Doom. And me? I didn't do any of that. Since the Oracle's prophecy, everyone's been looking to me as their leader. And on the outside, I try my best to play the part. But on the inside, I can't help but wonder if maybe the box picked the wrong girl. I have no powers. I'm no master tactician. I'm just a girl with some spray cans. The one thing I can do is try, as hard as I can, with everything I've got. I hope it's enough.
Hope admired that Shuri was a super genius who traveled across reality to fight Dr. Doom. She compared herself to Shuri and saw herself as unworthy of being the leader everyone looked up to and that the prophecies she was meant to fulfill. But even though she had her doubts, she swore to try her very best despite the fact that she lacked the powers and knowledge that the heroes around her had. Nonetheless, once Shuri finished crafting the rift recalibrators, we attached them onto the rift beacons. With the recalibrators all attached and aligned on Doom's castle, it was time to carry out the test on a Doombot that would determine if Shuri's plan would succeed in sending Doom back to his reality. With our aim set on Dr. Doom's Doombot, Hope initiated the rift recalibrators, activating the beacons.
It's time! Initiating rift recalibrators! What's happening? The recalibrators are short-circuiting! But why?
Suddenly, the recalibrators short-circuited and Hope was left confused as to why Shuri's plan had failed. But after we defeated the Doombot, Doom intercepted the call and revealed that he knew of Shuri's plan.
I've heard this island's cowards whimper your name in fear. Hope. You may be prophecy, but I am judgment. And when our weapons do finally cross in combat, I expect to find you wanting.
Doom intimidatingly confronted Hope. He mocked and disregarded her prophecy, claiming that he is Judgment. He said he looked forward to their battle, and when the time would come, Doom expected her to be judged as inadequate. Following Doom's ominous speech, we quickly retreat and run off to speak with Hope. Hope reveals to us that the fault wasn't with Shuri's design, but instead the Rift Recalibrators were sabotaged by Doom's allies, Mysterio and Emma Frost. Therefore, in order for Hope and the heroes to reach Doom, we needed to deal with those two first. Hope believed that this loss was the victory hidden in defeat that the Oracle prophesied, and she remained optimistic that there was still a chance to defeat Dr. Doom. Ending part 3 of the quests. Part 4, The Illusionist, began with us visiting Doomsday, and then we were contacted by Jones and the Oracle.
This place feels off.
If Doom cannot yet see his true perfection, he will create the illusion of perfection.
I don't know why I keep thinking you're gonna finish up a confusing thought with something less confusing.
Kind of a you problem. Most people pick up on what I'm putting down. But I can clarify. That unsettling sensation you feel? It is Mysterio's illusory conjurings.
Well then, I guess we have an illusion to unillusionify.
That is not a word.
I'll make it catch on.
Jones noted that Doomsday felt strange, and the Oracle explained that the reason for this is because of Mysterio's illusory conjurings. While Doom worked on his plan to establish his perfect order, Mysterio was tasked by Doom to create an illusion that everything in Latveria was perfect. So our task was to shatter that illusion and unveil the truth. We did a little more investigating, and it turned out Mysterio had brainwashed the inhabitants of the island, so it was up to us to make them snap out of it. The first we visited was Peabody, then Bright Raider, and lastly Rust, waking them all up from their trance of praising Dr. Doom. After saving Rust, Hope was enraged at Mysterio for robbing the island's inhabitants of their lives and free will.
This is wrong. Who knows how long these innocent people had to live under Mysterio's thrall? Robbed of their feelings, their free will, their personhood. Mysterio will pay for this.
Hey, there it is. There's that fire. You feel what you feel right now? That burning need to right an injustice? That's why we follow your lead. That's what's gonna take Doom down. I just know it.
Anyone who saw what happened here would feel the same way.
Nuh-uh, you're wrong. That fire inside you is special. You just have to believe that it is.
It doesn't seem like much, Jones.
Believe me, it's everything.
Hope said Mysterio would pay for what he'd done. Jones notices the fire within Hope, trying to motivate her, but she again doubts herself. Regardless, Jones tells her that she's wrong to doubt herself and that special fire within her is what will help them defeat Doom. Following their conversation, the two go after Mysterio. We immediately infiltrated Doomsday and wiped out all their surveillance cameras. Once the surveillance was down, we confronted Mysterio and defeated him.
Mysterio's down. Good riddance. Can I get a status report on the new Rift Recalibrators?
Sure, he's made replacements. Once Emma Frost is neutralized, we will be ready to rift Doom out of here whenever he reappears. You doing okay? You seem better.
Gloomy, scary prophecy aside, today I took a wrong and set it right. That felt good.
Yeah, it did. Look at you, accepting the hero's mantle.
Okay, don't be weird.
Hope was relieved that Mysterio was at last gone and asked Jones about the status of the Rift Recalibrators, to which he responded that Shuri's made replacement Rift Recalibrators that would be ready to send Dr. Doom straight back into Reality 616 after Emma Frost was neutralized. Since Mysterio had been defeated and the surveillance in Doomsday was deactivated, Hope had us add some color to Doomsday with her signature graffiti. The final touch was spray painting Doom's statue, and then the Oracle spoke to Hope about her prophecy.
Perhaps now that the illusion has been shattered, you'll see the truth. Oh, is the truth that I have everything I need to defeat Doom? I sense that perhaps you see the words, but not the intention behind those words. You could just tell me the intention. In fact, I would love it if you just told me the intention. You've heard the saying, you can lead a Klombo to Klomberries,
but you can't make it eat? You are the Clombo. Prophetic enlightenment is the Clomberries. And I'm the one holding the big spinning sign that says Clomberries this way in conversational Clombish. The Clomberries are right in front of you. It is you who must take a bite.
And where does the blowhole come into play?
Ugh, don't be gross. It's unbecoming of a hero.
Hope was still irritated with her prophecy and that the Oracle was being vague about it, but then the Oracle explains that Hope needed to open her mind by using Clombo and Clomberries as an example. In this case, Hope is the Clombo who needs to take a bite out of the Clomberry that will help her understand her prophecy. The Oracle cannot intervene nor force Hope to understand the prophecy, just like you can't force a Clombo to eat the Clomberry. All she could do was guide Hope towards that understanding. I can't believe I'm explaining Fortnite lore right now by using Clombos and Clomberries as an analogy, but here we are. Gotta love Fortnite's writers. And that was the end of part 4 of the quests. Part 5, I Am Iron Man, immediately begins with us paying a visit to a hero who's helped us defeat villains such as Galactus and the Imagined Order in the past, Iron Man.
Hey, Tony's back. Now, in my experience, Stark Tech is very good at taking down scary megalomaniacs. And his support might help Hope accept she's the hero the prophecy foretold her to be. Sometimes all you need to build a little confidence is a big thumbs up from Iron Man himself. That's why that poster is on my bunk wall. And no other reason.
Tony Stark has returned to the island with tons of Stark Industries technology to help in the war against Doom, and Jones believes that his presence will help Hope build up her confidence to confront and defeat Dr. Doom. After testing out some of the new Stark tech provided to us, we flew over Castle Doom. Jones then started speaking and said he received a nice strong signal from the Rift Recalibrators, which Hope explained it was from a gift Iron Man gave to her to aid in taking down Emma Frost.
I'm getting a nice strong signal from those Rift Recalibrators up here.
Yeah, Tony has given me a little gift to help us take Emma Frost down.
Can I be vulnerable with you for a sec?
Please don't.
When the Society took Peely, I couldn't focus on anything but vengeance. Watching you choose justice and do the right thing over and over again, it helped me find my way back to who I really am.
Let me guess, a charismatic mentor with wisdom beyond his years?
Exactly! You get me! See? This is why we make such a great team!
She asked him not to, but he did nonetheless and explained that after the Society kidnapped Peely, he got completely lost in seeking vengeance. Jones admired how Hope, even though she'd gone through so much at such a young age, still chose justice over revenge. Ultimately, that helped Jones find himself again. However, in the conversation, it seemed that Hope didn't appreciate Jones enough, which was unfortunate because throughout this season, Jones has not only behaved like a mentor to Hope, but also like a father who deeply cares for his daughter. Even though we know they're not related by blood, Jones still cares for Hope and wants the very best for her. Nevertheless, we tested out some more Stark tech, and then Hope and Jones prepared to move in on Emma Frost.
That is satisfying. What's the word? Are we moving in on Emma?
Soon. I want to iron out a few contingencies.
Aww. I remember ironing out my first contingencies. They grow up so fast.
I don't really know what I'm doing, but all I can do is try. I'm biting the Clomberry, so to speak.
Seriously, I'm proud of you.
Thanks, Jones.
However, before they did, Hope told Jones she had to iron out some contingencies and ensure that no problems would arise while they engaged Emma Frost. Controlling all of the variables would guarantee their success. Jones told Hope he's proud of her as they prepared for their next battle, and Hope thanked him, a little more appreciative towards him after Jones explained how she had a big impact on his redemption. Ending part 5 of the quests. Part 6, the final story quest of the season, titled Diamond in the Raft, started off with Hope privately contacting us on a shielded comm channel to prevent Emma Frost from using her telepathic powers to listen in on our conversation.
Hey, it's me. Sorry for the runaround, pal. It's just us on this channel now. Emma Frost is a telepath, so I had to make sure our comms were properly shielded. Tony's made us some power dampeners to reduce Emma's psychic influence in the area. Make sure the coast is clear, and get ready for a fight.
We were tasked by Hope to place power dampeners provided to us by Tony Stark around the raft to reduce Emma's power to help in the fight against her. But before we did so, it turned out that Emma's operatives were on the lookout for us. Thus, we modified the signal of the forecast towers and they lost track of our location. After that, we hired a lookout to scout out the raft for us.
Things look pretty quiet. You're good to place the dampeners.
The coast was clear, so Hope gave us the green light to place the dampeners. We finished placing all the power dampeners around the raft and were just about to engage Emma Frost until Jones interrupts to deliver a dire message.
That's the last one. Emma is not happy. I'll switch us back to the main comms channel. We may have to coordinate an attack.
Hope? Come in!
I know, Emma's mad. We're working on it.
No. The rift beacons picked up a hostile signal. A really big hostile signal. And it's getting closer.
Doom? No. We're not ready. It's too soon.
We are ready. You are ready. First things first, let's neutralize Emma. Then we can deal with the big guy. Hope?
I need a second.
Doom finally finished forging his armor and was approaching. Hearing that made Hope suddenly begin to freak out. Despite her worries, Jones reassured Hope that she was ready to confront Doom, but before they could face him, they needed to finish taking down Emma Frost first. Once Emma Frost had been neutralized, Hope continued to panic about Doom's arrival.
I can't do this. I can't do this. I can't!
You're panicking. Excellent.
Excellent! I'm losing it! Right when everyone needs me to keep it together.
Heroes of prophecies past love to paint themselves as stoic beacons of justice. But they're not. They scream. They cry. On rare occasions, they destroy a nearby bucket. You know why? Because they care about getting it right.
What I care about doesn't matter if Doom crushes me.
Oh, he could crush you like a tiny little bug, absolutely. But your relentlessness, your burning passion to fight, even in the face of peril, that is why they follow you, Hope. That is why you are a hero. So do whatever you have to do. Scream, cry, use the bucket. But you must try. Because if you try, you might win.
Despite all of Hope's panicking, the Oracle told Hope that panicking is natural. Hope could totally get crushed like a tiny little bug, but only if she cowers before Doom. Oracle told her that what truly mattered most is her relentless passion to fight Doom, encouraging Hope to try to the very best of her ability in the final battle against Doom. We went to visit Hope to check on her. After calming down a bit and taking in what Jones and the Oracle told her, Hope told us that she was ready to confront Dr. Doom. She admitted that she was absolutely terrified, but promised that as long as she was standing, she would continue fighting until her final breath, marking the end of the Absolute Doom storyline quests. Segueing into the Doom vs. Hope live event. For this video, I'll play the event with no commentary, but if you'd like an in-depth explanation about it, go check out my breakdown video of the event. Before the event started, we were informed by Peel Vereen in his Found Quest that Shuri invented new rift recalibrators that we would need to place on the rift beacons. In doing so, it would allow the heroes to send Dr. Doom straight back to Reality 616. Once they were all set up, Hope slowly activated each beacon one by one, pointing directly at the forge. Nevertheless, after all the beacons were charged up, the event began.
Last beacon is online. T-minus 5, 4, 3, 2, let him have it! How is it still standing?
Those who dare stand against me will pay the price!
Brace for impact!
Following the cinematic, we were greeted by a furious Titan-sized Dr. Doom who unleashed his wrath upon the island. Then Hope contacted us, informing us that only one of the rift beacons were salvageable. That's because after the dust storm, 3 of the rift beacons were thrown into 3 different POIs: Brawler's Battleground, Restored Reels, and Grand Glacier, while the 4th one was destroyed and the 5th one, of course, managed to withstand the shockwave. Hope tells us that if their plan were to succeed with the last remaining rift beacon, the island would need to work together to significantly weaken Doom. Over the course of an hour, the loopers and the heroes hastily worked together and drained Dr. Doom of his 2 trillion HP. Nonetheless, once Doom was showing signs of weakness, Hope activated the final rift beacon.
Fire! Rift activated! Supplies are ready.
And with that, Hope, the heroes, the loopers, and the entire island had finally defeated Dr. Doom. Following Doom's defeat, the 3 rift beacons that were damaged had aligned to the Halloween reality. The spooky inhabitants of that world creeped onto the island and took it over, changing entire POIs. And that's about it. With the recap of the season now out of the way, what should we expect going to the Season 4 finale event? Well, what we know so far is that the name of the event is called Remix the Prelude. This event will lead us into the next season, Fortnite Chapter 2 Remix, and will take place on November 1st at 6:30 PM Eastern Standard Time. If you visited Restored Reels recently, you'll notice that Hope spray painted the POIs of the Agency and the Shark coming out of rifts on the projection screen. At the moment, we're unsure as to what her intentions are or why Hope is doing this, but from what we can see on the sprays, the Chapter 2 island might come onto the Chapter 5 island, hence the red arrows. Then after the downtime, the entire Helios island will turn back into the Chapter 2 Apollo island. Apart from that, the Rift Butterfly will also seemingly play a major role in the event as well, so we have a lot to look forward to. And that wraps it up for the entire Chapter 5 Season 4 storyline explained. Thank you all for watching, and see you guys in the next one. Take care.